UK feminists call for a 6pm curfew for men to prevent violence against women on the streets. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video I want to talk about the feminists' response to the tragic kidnapping and murder of Sarah Everard and their call for a 6pm curfew for men in an attempt to prevent on-street violence against women. Now before I get into it, please like and share this video to give it a boost. The call for 6pm curfew for men was made by Baroness Jenny Jones of the Green Party in the UK in the House of Lords. It was in response to the very tragic killing of Sarah Everard. Sarah Everard was kidnapped and murdered, and police have arrested and charged a police constable, Wayne Cousins I believe his name was, with the murder. And given their reports on the public announcements that they've made, they seem confident that they have their man. Now, I will say this. From what I've seen, the vast majority of people, men and women, were horrified of this case. And I send my condolences to Sarah Everard's family and friends who must be going through the worst thing you could go through. And my prayers are with you. In response to the case, Baroness Jenny Jones of the Green Party made a statement in the House of Lords where she called for a 6pm curfew for men in an attempt to prevent violence against women. Here is the statement she made. Now, bear in mind, this was made when they had found the body, but it hadn't been confirmed that it was Sarah. In the week that Sarah Everard was abducted and we suppose killed because remains have been found in a woodland in Kent, I argue that at the next opportunity for any bill that is appropriate, I might put in an amendment to create a curfew for men on the streets after 6pm. I feel this would make women a lot safer and discrimination of all kinds would be lessened. Now, Baroness Jones has received quite a bit of criticism over this idea, this statement, and rightfully so, I think. Because if you've flipped the roles here, if you were to say that women should curfew from 6pm, it would be decried as sexist by people like Jones and like people like Jess Phillips as well, and by pretty much every feminist in the UK and around the world. But when you get criticised for saying men should, and people are calling you misandrist and saying you're discriminating against men, which you are, you say, oh, I'm only trying to make a point, I wasn't being entirely serious. Okay, yeah, you were. Don't BS us here. The only reason you actually say you weren't being serious is because you got so much slack for it. I think the best person to frame this the right way is a woman that tweeted out in response, and I want to be honest, it's a really good tweet. Davina McCall, who was a verified Twitter user, tweeted this. Female abduction / murder is extremely rare. Yes, we should be vigilant when out alone, but this level of fear-mongering isn't healthy. And men's mental health is an issue as well. Calling all men out as dangerous is bad for our sons, brothers and partners. Now, many of who have supported Jenny's statement and believes that a 6pm curfew should be imposed have all made pretty much the same argument that, oh, we're not saying all men are, but the problem is we don't know. Okay, let's flip it around. Not all women are gold diggers, but we don't know who are and who isn't, so men aren't going to date women anymore. That's the argument of MGTOWs. Or that not all women are crazy, but some are, we don't know which, so which is why we're just not going to get into relationships with women at all. That's their argument. And it's an argument ye cry, and I will say I agree, as sexist, as misogynist. But yet when you say, oh, we should lock men up after 6pm in their homes because we don't know who are the dangerous ones and who aren't, that's just as sexist. And also, Davina makes another great point here as well. And it's the very end. It's bad for sons, brothers, and partners. I've spoken to several men's rights advocates here in Ireland. Some of them I've agreed with, some of them I will say I haven't. But when I've asked them all, why do you do this? They all say pretty much the same thing. It's not for us individually. It's for all the men and boys in society that are getting damaged. Because when you're calling, oh, we don't know which men are dangerous, would you call your son dangerous? Your brother? Your partner? Your father? Well, we don't know. It's when it's against your family that you'd go up in arms as well. So why are you surprised by the response you've gotten? So what do you guys think? Share your thoughts with me in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear them. And if you like this video, hit the thumbs up button and don't forget to subscribe to keep up with my latest videos. It's been quite revealing, I will say, that the feminists haven't really called Baroness Jenny Jones out for her sexist remarks. And they were sexist. So, why is she allowed to get away with it? Why is this kind of misandry acceptable? Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time.